We're back with the 3-year-olds. I had a very interesting conversation with Kevin. Now, I got to be honest. You know, when we hire the trainers, I ask them for communication. I try to get them to communicate. It's hard, right? I've never done it before. In a way that, they talk to somebody about what's going on so that I can convey that to our clients. Guys like Harry, Kevin, Mario, they've never had to do that before. So you really got to wonder, are they gonna? Are they good at it? I'll tell you one thing. Kevin McMaster has done a fantastic job. He called me this morning. It's raining. Called me this morning to update me on all the 3-year-olds, how they trained yesterday. It's just a breath of fresh air, and he's doing a good job. Very happy to hear what's going on in his barn. Some wonderful developments. We're going to get to those in just a minute. We'll start with Ailsund. Jason told me he got a good look at all the horses last year. Who were the good ones? Who were the ones he was concerned wouldn't train back good? He said the biggest surprise so far this year has been Ailsund. How good she looks, how good she's training. And I know everybody's saying, can we get a look at these horses? I'm going to try and do that this week. I'm going to contact all the trainers and ask them if maybe you got to look at the weather first. But I contact them and say, is Wednesday doable? Then I have to make sure Curtis can come out. So Ailsund has been fantastic for Jason Anteros. Might qualify this week. Might put him in to qualify this week. Either way, he's gonna be in to qualify at some point and then in the sale on the 11th. Just not quite getting there, and I think we've run out of time with Anteros. Arctic Forest, I just talked to Doug Brown a minute ago via text. He said Arctic Forest trained great this morning, 2:32 or something. Both him and Really Blue Chip have been good. Beach Bum BB, Harry's been happy with her. Said she's a little aggressive, but certainly containable. Last year she was not. She had a real strong face on her, real tough to do anything with her. And he said she trained a mile in 22 the other day. Said she was very, very good. Bottle of Red, Kevin told me trained in 2:4. He wants to school her next week, school her the week after, and then qualify her. She's been good. Brush Cut will race next Thursday. He had a little high AST the other day. It wasn't after his qualifier. It was after his first qualifier. Kevin qualified him. I thought he qualified good that day. He was in with I'll Play It Alone. And then we went to enter him Monday morning. So Saturday, Kevin drew the blood on him and said his AST was high, but his CK was low. For those of you who understand that, your CK is your creatine level, and your AST is your, don't ask me to do that, alkaline, whatever. AST is the muscle count. So what usually happens when a horse ties up, their CK, their creatine level jumps. Let's say 2,000, 3,000, sometimes much higher. And their AST level will creep up after that. It'll settle somewhere in the middle, and then the CK will come down right away. You might see the CK move quite a bit over a 48-hour period, maybe even less. But that AST's a little longer. So his AST was 25, but his CK was low, meaning he didn't tie up Saturday or even close to Saturday. He tied up the week before, which means he tied up in his first qualifier and then qualified really good in his second one. I was very happy to hear that, and very happy for Brush Cut. He'll be in to go this coming Thursday. Cabernet is out for another couple of weeks, and then she'll be coming back. She had a pretty decent run. Had 10 starts, had a win, paced 58, I think, once or twice, and really did pretty good. Canadian Titan is back going now. She's trained a couple of times. Looks like $1 million on the track. Horse also starting to look real good. Capistrano. She didn't grow much, but I knew she wouldn't. She was a small filly, but she's a little tank, and she's starting to really look good. Classic Con will be heading to the sale on the 11th. I think we've been in 212. We're trying to get him there. I think he's been in 212. We'll try and get him qualified at some point if we can. If not, he'll just be heading to the sale on the 11th. Much the same as Anteros, just hasn't quite got there yet. Compass Rose DC looked great. I saw our training the other day, looked very, very good. Don't believe me, just watch. It's starting to shine up again. He looks good. Emerald Miss is schooling this Thursday, Kevin told me. He's very happy with him. Enduring Strength is coming back good. He looked good. What about Excellent Nation the other night? First lifetime win, 57-1. Last quarter in 27-2. And looked like a good horse. So good for Excellent Nation. Very, very happy with how he's turning out. Forged in Fire. Trotted his mile in 2:10.3 the other day. Oh my god. But that's just how bad the track was. I don't think I can remember a track being rated off 6 seconds. And why are we racing with tracks rated off 6 seconds? Forged in Fire finished third. Flatline, we'll race him next week. Frontier Cruise is getting closer also. I'm not sure Kevin said been in 212 with him. I'm not sure, but he came in a little bit later also. He'll be ready to go, I'd say, within the next 3-4 weeks. Giddy Up Max trained the other day, looked good doing it. Tell you a horse that looked fantastic, trained Globe Trotting. I saw Jason train her the other day, and it looks like she may not need the hobbles this year. That would be fantastic Very excited to see how she goes. In no rush, though. I don't want to see her ready for a month or so. I'd like to see her ready, much more than that. I'd like to see her ready April 1st. Mid-March, April 1st. That's when I'd like to see Globetrotting ready. Harness AM, I didn't see her train the other day, but Harry said she trained very, very good. Hometown Boys, I went with him personally the other day. I think we went around 212 or something. But he had some pop to him. Kevin and I talked about making a few little shoeing changes. Probably taking him to Mohawk next week to let him scoot along. I'll play it alone. Huge mile the other night. 58 last quarter, 27 flat last half, 56 and 3. Doing it the right way and starting to understand racing. Finally, this colt's starting to look real, real good. Inland Beach is training good. Mario said she trained good the other day. Jailhouse Masters heading to the sale on the 11th. It just took too much time to get him back, you know. We were supposed to start him back January 1st, and he wasn't ready. Physically wasn't ready, so he's going to the sale on the 11th. Johan has galloped in, what did he say? 2-3 the other day. So we're going to run him over at Mohawk this week, him and Sebastian Yu, and then we'll put them into qualify in a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. Just for me and you, I saw her train the other day. Out of all the horses I saw train on Friday, I think she looked the most impressive to me. I thought she looked like $1 million this filly. She looked really, really good. Knockdown Dragout, we got a video from Sarah Svanstead of her training in a very large set the other day in New Jersey. Looked good from what I could see. And she went with her herself, said she was very, very good. A little fresh, she called her. That's a nice way to put it. A little fresh. Miss Brampton Beast looks like $1 million. Now, I did not get an update from Kevin on Miss Brampton Beast. She looks awesome. I have not seen her train yet. I know that he started training her, so very interested to see what the update is on her. Miss Mischief Maker looks awesome. Won a mile in 2:10 the other day at 2:12 at the farm. He's going to train her in 2:5 at Mohawk Tuesday. I want to get a look at her and see how she looks. Muscle Chrome's got to be getting close to that too. Here he'd been in 18. 10 before I went to Punta Cana, so I suspect she's getting back very close. Nancy Allison trained great the other day. Put the weight on her, put everything back on her. 218. She trained so good. We'll zip her back down to Harrisburn. I've been very, very happy with Nancy Allison. Need Your Opinions training good. Gonna give her lots of time, that filly. This is a filly we had high hopes for last year. The allergies killed her, and I told everybody we're gonna switch things up this year. Any of those horses where those allergies cause lots of mucus, lots of pimples, and it takes away from their overall race. When you see a horse pacing in 52 the first part of July for us, and then 3 weeks later struggling in 54 and a piece, you don't need me to tell you something's going on, and it's allergies. And when we have any horses this year doing that, they're not racing in July. I'm going to stop them at that moment. They're going to get a month just to relax, take things easy. You just can't treat horses for allergies in that time frame. So rather than try and treat them to no avail, which we've done the last 3 years, we're simply going to stop with them for a month. There's lots of racing, lots of money throughout. If you have a good stake horse, you can miss the 2 stake races in July and still easily make the final, and that's what we plan on. Way to go, Anthony. That's what we plan on doing this year with those horses. Just spilt my drink. Yep, that's right. I'm an idiot. Anyway, where are we at here? Muscle Chrome, Nancy Allison, Need Your Opinion. Olympic Hopeful, you guys have got the 2 training miles from Olympic Hopeful from Florida that Angie had sent out. Looked very, very good. I was very impressed with her. She looks like a nice horse. Again this year, hopefully, I shouldn't say again this year. Obviously, she was just a big filly that couldn't find her way last year. Hopefully this year she fills into her body and does well. Overdue Mission looks good. Doesn't look a whole lot different from last year, but looks strong on the track. Saw her going the other day. She looked good. Path of Totality looks great. Really Blue Chip got an update from Doug Brown again today. Said Really Blue Chip trained good this morning in Florida. Rooney Blue Chip's coming over with what's his name? Hometown Boys this week. Rooney Blue Chip and him will train together at Mohawk, I suspect 2.5, 2.6. Rose Run Valiant is back training now. Looks good. Rose Run Versatile, 2.8 at Mohawk. No hobbles on the other day. Jason said she was very good. I can't wait to see her. Sebastian Yu is going to gallop this week. Likely school next week. Sometimes things happen. Has been training down. I didn't get to see him train yet. Jason said he's looked good. He said Spend That Money was hot the other day, but we did race her a couple of times at the Snake Court on. That's not that shocking. He said she was a little hot. So we're going to change a bit on her and get her back going. Spirit of Dio, I did not get a video from John Bootenshane this week. Should get one from him soon about how our girl Spirit of Dio is. He said he trained her no hobbles on the big track the other day, and she was fantastic. He thought she looked good. Sunshine and Shade is training down good. He got taller. In the short time we turned him out, he really sprouted up, that colt. Looks good. Susie K made a break, my girl, the other. Shouldn't have raced on that track. 6 seconds off on a half-mile track. We'll bring her back to Mohawk and qualify her again. I'd like to go mile 59. We'll go mile 59, whether we'll put her in to go at Mohawk, regardless if they let us in the maiden or not. Trafalgar is getting close also. She was only off a month, so I think Harry was more working on putting a little more weight on her. She's a very frail filly. Fast, long, wiry thing. Be nice to see another 50, 60 pounds on her. Watch Ev, probably the biggest update. Kevin called me today, say, yeah, I just trained him in 2 minutes. Really? I didn't know you were going. I didn't know he was that close. So he trained him in 2 minutes. He said, I think he said we'll school him Thursday, I believe. Wanted to school him twice and race him. I'm very happy. Watch Ev, 2 minutes today. Very good. Willpower Fashion's training down to, and I didn't get an update in Willpower Fashion, but I know he's been around the 215, 213, 215 mark. Can't wait to see how he comes back. Zeb Sunshine training 2.5 today. Monday he's getting floor scope, make sure everything's okay with his knees and feet. They bothered him last year. And then when we get the green light, he'll be going right to the schoolers. 2 schoolers and a qualifier for him also. So that's all the 3-year-olds, all the yearlings, the opening. Back in a minute with the specific stables, and then that'll be it.